Lee Minho has finally spoken out, and his words have left fans in shock as he touches on one of the most sensitive topics in recent years, the untold truth behind Song Hye Kyo's divorce. For a long time, both the media and fans have speculated about the real story, with countless rumors, theories, and discussions dominating headlines. But now, with Lee Minho breaking his silence, people are eager to know exactly what he revealed, why he chose this moment, and how his words shed new light on Song Hye Kyo's journey. This revelation has quickly turned into one of the hottest topics in the entertainment world, drawing massive attention not just in Korea, but across the globe. When a superstar like Lee Minho chooses to address something as personal and controversial as Song Hye Kyo's divorce, you know it's not just casual talk. Fans describe his approach as sincere and heartfelt, filled with empathy rather than sensationalism. Instead of adding fuel to the fire of gossip, he offered perspective, compassion, and words that highlighted the strength of Song Hye Kyo as a woman, an actress, and a human being. Doesn't it make you wonder why he decided to speak up now, after years of silence? Was it because he felt the weight of the rumors had gone too far, or perhaps because he wanted to protect her from the constant scrutiny that never seems to end? Song Hye Kyo's divorce has always been surrounded by curiosity and controversy. While many admired her resilience and grace in handling such a private matter under public pressure, the lack of full transparency fueled endless speculation. Fans, critics, and even insiders painted their own narratives, some sympathetic and others harsh. And yet, through it all, Song Hye Kyo maintained her silence, focusing on her work, her projects, and her personal growth. That silence, however, often left room for harsh voices to dominate the conversation. This is why Lee Minho's decision to finally speak carries such importance. It's not just about spilling secrets, it's about defending dignity, giving context, and shifting the focus toward respect. According to those who've closely followed this development, Lee Minho didn't share scandalous details or private incidents. Instead, he highlighted how painful and difficult it must have been for Song Hye Kyo to go through such a public divorce. He expressed admiration for the way she handled the situation, pointing out that very few people could endure that kind of emotional storm under the spotlight of millions of eyes. And in saying this, he reminded fans that behind the glamorous persona and the dazzling performances, Song Hye Kyo is still a person with real struggles, heartbreak, and emotions. Isn't it refreshing to hear a top celebrity take such a humane approach, rather than chasing headlines with shocking confessions? Social media quickly erupted after his statement went public. Fans from all around the world flooded platforms with comments of support, with many praising Lee Minho for being courageous enough to speak on a matter most celebrities would avoid. Some saw it as a protective gesture, a way of standing by Song Hye Kyo when others had chosen silence. Others speculated that his words hinted at a deeper connection between the two stars, fueling curiosity about the nature of their relationship. Do you think his choice to speak was purely out of respect, or could it be tied to something more personal? What's undeniable is the timing. Why now? For years, the topic of Song Hye Kyo's divorce has lingered in the background, occasionally resurfacing in the media, but never fully addressed. Lee Minho's words suggest that he may have seen the ongoing criticisms and unfair comments Song Hye Kyo continues to face. His statement seems designed to remind fans and critics alike to show compassion rather than judgment. In a world where celebrities are often reduced to headlines and gossip fodder, Lee Minho's message feels like a much-needed wake-up call. Don't you agree that sometimes we, as fans, forget that our favorite stars are people too, navigating real pain and struggles just like anyone else? Another intriguing part of his remarks was the way he subtly highlighted the strength and independence of Song Hye Kyo. He described her as someone who has rebuilt herself, who continues to thrive in her career despite personal setbacks, and who inspires countless people around the world. For many fans, this acknowledgement wasn't just about defending her past, it was about celebrating her present and future. It's as though Lee Minho was reminding the world that she is not defined by her divorce, but by the legacy she continues to build. Doesn't that kind of recognition make you admire both of them even more, him for saying it, and her for living it? Of course, as with anything involving major stars, reactions have been mixed. While most fans are showering Lee Minho with praise for his courage, there are skeptics who question his motives. Some wonder whether this is part of a larger publicity move, while others suggest that he may be preparing the ground for something bigger, perhaps even a revelation about his own relationship with Song Hye-kyo. Speculation is running wild, but isn't that exactly what happens when two of the biggest names in entertainment are connected in any way? It's like real-life drama unfolding in front of millions of viewers, and everyone wants to be part of the discussion. For Song Hye-kyo, Lee Minho's words must feel both validating and comforting. After years of carrying the weight of judgment in silence, having one of the most respected actors in the industry publicly defend her is no small thing. It's a reminder that even when critics are loud, there are voices of support just as powerful. Fans are now waiting eagerly to see if Song Hye-kyo herself will respond in any way. Will she acknowledge Lee Minho's statement? Will she continue to maintain her silence? Or will she, perhaps, share her own side of the story in the near future? If you were in her shoes, would you open up, or let his words speak for themselves? Another important aspect to consider is how this revelation impacts the industry as a whole. Korean entertainment is known for its strict standards and the immense pressure it puts on stars to maintain perfect images. Divorce, in particular, has long been a taboo subject, often leading to harsh criticism and even career setbacks. By speaking out on this issue, Lee Minho may be helping to shift the conversation, encouraging fans and the media to treat personal struggles with more empathy. Could his statement be the beginning of a more compassionate culture in the industry, where stars are allowed to be human without being punished for it? The global response also cannot be ignored. Song Hye-kyo and Lee Minho both enjoy massive international fan bases, and their every move is closely monitored by media outlets worldwide. This means that his comments aren't just influencing Korean fans, they are resonating with audiences from the US to Europe, from Southeast Asia to the Middle East. The universal message of compassion and empathy is something that transcends borders, and fans everywhere are applauding him for daring to speak up. Doesn't it feel incredible that one statement can unite millions of people across the globe in shared admiration and respect? As the dust begins to settle, one thing is clear: this moment will be remembered as a turning point in how the public perceives Song Hye-kyo's divorce. No longer is it just a scandalous headline or a source of speculation. Thanks to Lee Minho, it is now also a story of resilience, dignity, and humanity. His words have shifted the narrative, giving fans a new lens through which to view her journey. And in doing so, he has reminded us all of the importance of empathy in a world too quick to judge. So where do we go from here? Fans will undoubtedly keep speculating, debating, and analyzing every word of Lee Minho's statement. Some will continue to search for hidden meanings, while others will simply appreciate the honesty and courage it took for him to speak out. But no matter which side you fall on, the conversation is alive, and it's one that has captivated millions. The question now is, what do you think? Was Lee Minho simply offering support, or was there something deeper behind his words? And most importantly, how will Song Hye-kyo respond, if at all? One thing is certain, this isn't the end of the story. It's just the beginning of a new chapter, one that fans around the world will be watching closely. And as we wait for the next development, let's take a moment to appreciate what we've just witnessed: two of the most admired figures in Korean entertainment, connected by words of empathy and respect, reminding us all that behind the fame and glamour, they are still human beings who deserve understanding.